back with another segment of Prison Chronicles, where every day we come together and talk about the stories and the uncut versions of things that went on behind the prison walls, and we try to break down the stereotype and the depiction that movies try to display. Well, remember, if you have any mates and spouses that have gone to prison, you have any kids that have lost parents to prison, any parents that have lost kids to prison, and any friends or loved ones that you need to be on the show, remember to hit us up at 501-551-8489. And make sure you go on YouTube under Denaro Cook or Prison Chronicles TV, and make sure you press that subscribe button, and make sure you like and share, because there's no us without you. Well, we're going to kick this off right here with a special segment right here of when ex-officers that actually worked in the prison speak about their experience in prison from their vantage point. So we're going to let them break it down to you. You know what I'm saying? And if you got any questions, make sure you tune in. And if it's your first time watching, make sure you come in first time and we'll greet you personally. Well, we're going to let these ladies and gentlemen introduce themselves and tell how long you did in prison. Worked in prison.
My name is Rashad Smith. Worked at Arkansas Department of Corrections for 2 years, from 2012 to 2014.
All right, I'm Lynetta Benson. I worked in Arkansas Department of Corrections for 7 years, from 2013 to 2021 of this year.
Well, we got some time in. But check this out. We're gonna kick it out. We're gonna kick it out. Asking like this: if you can recollect, like you knew you was getting a job in prison, you knew you come up watching movies, you probably knew people that been to prison, but it ain't the same like people coming to visit you on visitation, but you actually behind the gates, behind the scenes. Can you recollect your first moment when you first get out the academy to work in the job? Was you scared and things like that? Can you explain your emotions?
I can't pretty much say I was scared when, I can't relate it to no movies or whatnot. It's a totally different ball game, but I wasn't scared. I just went in being myself. It was different from the outside than the inside though, but I wouldn't say I was scared.
Going in and being yourself, do you think that made it easier?
Oh yeah, it was easy flow. You can't let them folks they can tell you all day how to do your job, but it's up to you how your flow is, but nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't scared. I was kind of excited because I got to see a couple of my homeboys and family members that I grew up with.
Yeah. Did you all have any altercations in prison while working in there? And if you could, can you explain some?
How many?
Shoot, break it down.
How many?
If you had any altercations, what did they stem from?
You gonna bump your heads with some inmates. You got some assholes. I'm just gonna say it like that. Be blunt. You got some assholes in there. Not even just with inmates. Gonna get into it with your little officers too. But hey, it is what it is. You still gotta make it out of there though.
Yeah.
Definitely had more problems out of officers than inmates.
So y'all think y'all get along better with the inmates than the officers? Would you say that?
Yeah, for sure.
They called me an inmate in a blue suit. For real.
Hey, why would you say for instance, y'all job is to really, the prison gonna run itself, but your job is really to monitor the inmates. Could you kind of explain why that your fellow officers were more on the other side than the actual inmates?
You got too many people trying to be chief. Yeah. That's all it is, too,
A lot of officers can't relate to the inmates either.
Yeah.
They the ones that got picked on, so they take their job to the heart.
Do you think, coming up in the hood and, places like that, it prepare you and make your transition as a guard easier?
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Yeah. After working in prison, did you ever meet any inmates that you feel need to be reevaluated and given another chance out here?
Every day.
Yeah. So, and of course, you met people with life and things like that. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say this like that. I'm gonna give y'all a special thanks. I'm gonna say this just like this. When you wake up in prison, you go to sleep knowing like, dang, tomorrow work call, just different, work details that you gotta face tomorrow in prison. But when you wake up and you see people like this on your door, working the barracks that you in, I'm talking about it's a sigh of relief because you know your day all right. They not finna add any extra rules and things like that. And I want to give a special thanks out to y'all on behalf of the inmates because y'all made our transition. I know we were sent there, for hard labor and to rehabilitate, but I want to extend a warm thank you to y'all for making not just me, but all the fellow inmates, time smooth and things like that. And Did y'all ever run across any inmates that you can consider yourself being friends with outside of the walls?
Yeah, all the time. You know, you have some that you can be cool with, you know, cordial with on the outside, because ain't everybody not bad, so.
Yeah. What you think?
Yeah, I met De Niro in prison. We didn't have too many conversations, but when I ran into him on the streets, we've been rocking ever since.
And there's a question here, you know, somebody made sure I was told to make sure y'all answer this. Before working in prison, how did you view inmates? And during your career in prison, getting to know the inmates regardless of their charges, how did that change your perspective and why?
I mean, before working in the prison, I didn't view them no different because we all human, you know, and a lot of people made mistakes. Some people got caught up in the wrong time, wrong place. So I wouldn't just say I just looked at them like differently. But when I got to work in there, like seeing how things was, how this person treat this inmate, you know, different little situations that I done came across. I mean, hey.
What you think about it?
Only thing I see is with an inmate, you know what they charged with. In the streets, I've been around everybody that actually did those crimes, they just hadn't did the time yet.
Well, speaking of charges, did you ever run across any inmates that when you learned what this person was in here for, that you treated them different? Because, you know, you got robbers, killers, murderers, you know what I'm saying? Did you ever tend to treat a person differently due to their charge?
I didn't treat them different because they're just what they charged with. That don't mean they're guilty, even though they're doing the time.
But even, you know, some of them is guilty, though.
They is guilty, but they doing the time for it. They already been punished for it. What I'm gonna make their job, man, they life harder for.
Yeah.
So,
man, why you used to be sagging in prison, man? Man, you a hood ass nigga, man. What my nigga stay sagging, man. What they took you to do shit? Hey, man, hey, tell the inmate to do this, man. That nigga, that was so damn cool, man. That nigga be sagging this shit, man.
It's just like going to do time. Which is like we're waking up.
His shirt was too big, man. Why that shirt so big, man?
Man, that's what they gave me, man.
Hey, that's the size you asked for.
I ain't asked for that size. That size stuff.
Hey, you remember Sherwood? You remember his mama worked up front?
Hey, chill out.
What was your mama name? Worked for the war. What was your mama name?
Williams.
Man,
That's all you need to know.
Well, everybody like this boy mama. Yeah, woo. But anyway, back to that big shirt wearing that nigga. I'm gonna say this though. Do y'all have any regrets being a former officer?
I ain't gonna say
Nah. Hell nah.
What do you think you gained from that?
Just to see how people treat other people, basically.
Yeah. What you think you gained from working behind there, the experience? Because, you know, just like us being in there, I don't think nothing else in life can equip you from that, probably other than military.
Right, I just went and got the experience to see how, you know, y'all was being treated. You know, you heard all different type of stories, so, hey, I wanted to go find out myself. But actually, I ended up liking the job. If it just went for, you know,
the stress level.
The stress level of it, you know, I'll probably still be there, but, you know, hey, it is what it is.
When y'all speak of the stress level, because both of y'all just kind of piggybacked off that, but
and we all got PTSD.
Yeah,
For real.
Do you think it messed you up working in there?
It do.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
my time, like I swear, just like doing time with y'all. Like I get up early, ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? I can't avoid. I'm drinking coffee. Y'all put me on that coffee.
I'm drinking
it ain't no
with the
coffee, but
inmate.
you know what I'm saying? But it's coffee.
Was y'all ever hungry enough doing time?
How many times?
I had plenty of spreads up and down.
Yeah.
Every day, really.
Right. I had my first tuna fish spread.
Well, hey, while you watch commercials, look at the, sometimes we'll look up and get the sales papers where you can look at certain food items and stuff. Boy, this lady brought me a box of cereal every day, and I'm gonna apologize to her daughter. If you ever looked on the refrigerator and your cereal, you knew your cereal was up there. Your mother brought it to me, and I thank you for my box of cereal every day, man. I just thank God, cause when I was out, what's that? Reese's Pieces peanut butter puffs. That stuff didn't exist. All that, boy, I'm talking about, I was eating what my heart desired. Being a hunter, sharks and stuff, before I even knew what exists. And I thank people like y'all, man. All right, check this out. Knowing the power that a disciplinary officer had over the inmate. Did you ever falsely write a disciplinary or know any officer that would do so? Because y'all know the power that a disciplinary would have over a person. It'll, take out visitation.
I know officers that falsely wrote disciplinaries. But me personally, out of my 2 years, I never wrote not one disciplinary. Honestly.
Nigga, how you get paid? They wouldn't know you about that?
Hey, what can they say?
You see,
When they come through and they be like, oh, well, he doing this. If I was so cool with the inmates, I'd be like, hey, just chill out. They'll chill out.
Yeah, you right. You be yourself.
Hell, I had disciplinaries on me from officers. For real.
Hold on.
He letting them inmates do this, they doing that. But then sergeant them, they come down, inmates weren't doing it, everybody playing cool. So like, I had it good enough.
Man, how you get rolled up, man?
Man, they wrote me up every day. You know, I stayed on the investigation. They kept sending me to Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
Crazy. Tell me about it.
Hey, most people on the outside would deem prisoners as con artists and manipulative. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
It's a
man.
lot of them.
I'm saying the
Everything.
opposite, y'all be manipulative too.
Hold on now. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hold up, then.
It's on both
Hey,
sides.
y'all
It's
get work.
both sides.
Y'all
Both
get work.
sides.
I mean, give us some. How we manipulative?
Man, y'all ain't got nothing but time on y'all
Come on,
hands.
man.
I'm saying
Y'all
a
got
dude is
number
not sitting on the
time.
correct thing about
Y'all
that.
Well,
coming
they-
to us trying to shoot this game. You know, most of y'all trying to shoot game
Like
to
what?
the officers and try to get us in. Hey, slide this in, like, you know,
They
you
get
can
the
do it
women
this
the
way. You know what I'm
most.
saying? Right. You know,
They
you
get
gonna
the
come to the
women the
women the most. So, you know
I'm
what
saying if an
It is-
opportunity presents itself, that's what's happening. You know, but we sitting here, it ain't like you sitting on your record night, man. Hope a girl come on the door tomorrow. I'm gonna try to manipulate her. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, some of them think like
do.
this. Some
Man,
of them think
come
like
on,
this.
man.
Come on now.
So
Some
what
of them
are
think
the
like
people
this.
that try to manipulate y'all to do? If you can,
I wouldn't say manipulate.
but that's
It's
the word we would
it's
use.
just, it's just being human, you know.
The
When you talk
ass
to
at least,
somebody, it's
yeah.
about trying to get game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's straight up. What was the worst thing you think you faced while working in prison? The worst thing.
When that K2 hit the compound.
Hey, you know what? I get one of them questions
That's
too.
the worst
I get
drug
one of them
ever.
questions. I get that
That's
question
the
in here.
worst drug ever.
I'm talking
I
about you
swear.
right. That's worse than
Man.
everything. Can you explain some of the episodes that you
What? How many?
Yeah, I mean, explain something. You
This
know what
I
I'm saying?
had to write a disciplinary. You know, somebody went out there on yard call, went out, got high, came back in the bed trying to be all tough, got the flopping on the floor like fish, like for real. I'm like, what the hell, you know? I'm thinking like, what the hell, what's going on? I need all roll with the 7
Right.
I be all up right now. But anyway, so he flopping on the floor like it's all type of stuff. Out there hollering on the yard, how they want something. I'm be. Hey, that's
Be
what he
real,
was
right,
yelling.
look.
You know what I'm saying? He was yelling that he wanted some dick. You know, they flop out.
Hey, you know what?
I'm
I
saying all
seen
type
a
of
lot
stuff.
of
Want to feel on
K2
you.
turn some niggas gay enough,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Man, them niggas was
They
already
ain't
gay.
turned no guy. They been gay.
Yeah,
They ain't no
yeah.
turn. They been gay.
And
They
then
want
these
dick.
hood niggas, man. I'm talking
Right.
about hit that
I
shit
done
deep.
seen
I'm talking
plenty
about
of
these. The niggas walking
gangster
around real, bro. I'm
Hey.
talking about, see, they hit that K2 and they turn gay. How
It
what they
wasn't
want?
just the
Man.
K2, they was
You
already
ever seen them
like
bust their
that.
heads and shit off that shit?
Oh yeah. Little buddy ran out of A-Beards, butt naked, clown the salad port door gate.
Dang.
Man, that stuff was terrible. Ran out early in the morning, all running.
That boy
Why
was
you didn't taste
activated.
Who?
You gotta,
Oh,
man,
shoot.
that's your job to protect and serve. You
can't
got
let
a
it
mission
go.
statement
Hey,
to
my
live by.
job is go on there, read them post orders, stay on post, don't leave post. If you need help, you better call for backup.
And go get that nigga
I'm
man.
trying to come in and come out. I'm trying to come to work and come out.
You probably the real white nigga, the woman working
Man,
on the
that
door. You gotta go,
K2,
man.
that K2 had you picking up people and throwing them and all type of stuff. No,
Shoot,
not
throwing
me.
the dogs over the
I thought it was
Man.
bath
They-
salt for a minute.
I mean, that's really what it is.
For real.
Well, no, the bathhouse had people eating
Nah,
people.
right, eating people.
But yeah, that K2 when they hit the scene, boy, that's a different level. To my head, you seen them just like this, like you seen the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal video. For real, bro. I'm talking about you have them leaning farther and you just waiting. You just
they
know.
I ain't never
throwing up
witnessed
on
nobody.
themselves.
Yeah, you
fucked up off
you
that.
just really waiting to see how long gonna take them to bust his head or who gonna bust
Right.
their head first.
Right.
But shoot, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's about
saying?
to happen.
People died
They,
off of it.
hell
though.
yeah, they
Yeah,
leaning
died
over as
off
far
of
as they can go, man. Y'all ever seen somebody get raped enough?
I haven't seen it. I can't
I
read
seen
this
niggas get talked out their ass, so they just
Yeah.
wanted it. Ain't no raping going on in penitentiary. Well,
So,
not
hold
at
on,
the
hold
unit
on.
I was at.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, y'all. But anyway, you say you seen a nigga get. So you saw two dudes having sex.
Yeah.
Man, you.
Man,
outside
well,
of
I
that-
heard it. You know, you gotta do your walks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I heard, I was like, oh man, this nigga fucked up. So I was like, damn, I wonder who in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be the gangsta ass nigga, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, this shit fucked up.
Why you gonna break this shit up, man?
Man, I didn't even want to see it, bro. I'm already
You
traumatized.
just said you wanted to see.
I'm already traumatized, bro. I do not want to see that
You said
shit.
you wanted to see who it was.
Nah, I said I wonder who it was.
Click that.
So I was like, okay, if it's a punk, then you know that's what they do. Goddamn, another inmate, he was like, oh man, that's our old boy up and now.
Yeah.
They got homeboys on the streets.
Man, it's these niggas, they got women that's looking out for them while they in there, and they come home, they on Facebook, happy relationship. I said, man, that nigga was a punk in the penitentiary.
Hey, in your course of working prison, I know you ran across inmates that you knew out here that you saw in there. How was your response to them? Did you get them extra treatment? You know what I'm saying? Different treatment?
Nah, I treated everybody the same. Because I ain't just come in treating nobody no different. Unless you cross me wrong, I'm going to cross, you know,
Did you ever
don't
have a
cross
fight
me
in
wrong. So.
Now, you know, you were tough. You were cool in here, but you were kind of a little tough. You had the little step. Did you ever have any fights in there?
Nah,
Another one going.
Yeah.
Hey, no fights.
Get your ass
No
kicked.
fights. I
And
just
then
wasn't going. No fights.
Nah, you know, certain people ain't gonna never be in certain positions. It's just like when dudes first come to the zone, they be like, I ain't going, man, I ain't going. Nah, nigga, you rephrase that. Certain niggas ain't gonna be in certain situations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you don't have to say all that. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be yourself, and inmates gonna follow your directions. You know what I'm saying?
They know what they supposed to be doing.
They know, right.
If they allowed y'all to work back in prison right now, would y'all go back?
Hell nah.
Nah, I'm good on it.
I wouldn't even tell nobody to go out there.
What sense y'all there in the first place? I'm talking about you just sitting there coming in life. I know you a little. Most people want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse,
honestly,
pediatrician or something.
I was getting in a whole lot of shit, and once I had beat my case, my mom was like, you keep on doing that, you're going to go to prison. I was like, you right. I filled out the application. I was like, fuck, if I go to prison, they going to pay me to be in that motherfucker.
Yeah. What made you ultimately?
Actually, I took some college courses, criminal justice. I just never finished, so I said before I finish, let me go see, you know, start off a little small, see what the rope's about. So I went, applied for the prison.
You know, and of course during our time, you know, and it rings true. It ain't that a dude think that, but you know, we always think that like you know, I know there's some officers there that hate on inmates, literally, cause this nigga here able to get women, or you know, he balling and shit like that. He can't be stopped. You know what he doing and things like that, but you can't stop him. So you got officers that tend to, you know, that get picked on in school, but you got some that tend to hate on inmates and look down on us and things like that. But did y'all ever think y'all was better than that dude cause he was locked up?
Nah.
I ain't gonna say that.
Cause you know, you
I ain't
do
gonna
got
say that,
that.
cause like I always say, it could have been me in that position, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say that.
Man, y'all know, you know, we on holidays and stuff, you know, we get our chicken sets out the kitchen and shit. Y'all ever took a nigga chicken and stuff, man?
I ain't take it.
Nah, we all ate it then.
Yeah. they said me, yeah, you know, we can't get out the door.
Hot sauce.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Down long, I was got a chance to get out the door, what's the females? You know, I was stuck in that motherfucker 12 hours.
Hey,
hope somebody don't call in.
Candace Wright say, what's up? You helped him out a lot in prison.
Oh, yeah, I try to mentor a lot of them guys. Wright was one of them, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he made it out, but, you know, some of them will listen to your advice, some of them won't.
Look at him, he asked.
He's at what?
Yeah, I was at Wrightsville, bro.
Man, you ain't keep me in line. Keep me in line. Man, didn't keep me in line. But you know, was it hard to like getting to know people? Cause we had work y'all there 12 hours a day, and y'all really literally got to know people. You know, on a you know what I'm saying, on a more intimate level, cause you got really get to know a person. Do y'all ever feel like even if a person did that, you know, this person ain't guilty. This person ain't guilty. This person ain't judging your eyesight. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you sitting here and you know this guy a rapist and things like that. He probably a rapist.
Oh yeah.
But and he probably did the most cruelest part. You know, the most cruelest rape. He ain't had no statutory and things like that. But just sitting here and in your eyes, did you see him like, bam, you know, be alright though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I met a few. What barrack was that? 3, the little Christian barrack.
PAL program.
Yeah, the PAL program. I ain't know what kind of barrack it was. They used to always put me out with that, cause they like, we can't send them down to goddamn it 11 and 12 with all the crazy people. Cause I was chilling. You know, they were like, shit, we need to put him down here so we can watch what he doing. So I'm in I was like, man, I'm sleepy as hell. You know, they don't do nothing but talk about church all day, every day. They don't even watch TV. So I'm falling asleep and shit. Motherfucker said, man, you better watch out, man. One of them boys gonna touch you. I was like, man, what you mean touch me? You know what I'm saying? So I forgot the name of the little system you can look in and see they charge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking to these dudes every day, like, you know, they down to earth people. I was like, damn, that's why they can't watch nothing. You know, you can't even watch a commercial that got a kid in over there.
Yeah.
So they was like, man, you know, they did this. And once I read the charts, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers really
Hey,
fucked up in here.
You supposed to go in and check that roster. We
Yeah.
always look what the numbers behind the
Yeah.
letters behind their numbers and
And
stuff.
you like,
know,
okay,
so
I
you
know
caught
what this
on,
is,
right?
man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, being that y'all got the experience of working in prison, and then you out here now, not working in it no longer. But if right now somebody was in your face right now and asked you what type of programs you think could be established, being that you work there and you out here now, no longer working there, what would you think could be established out here to help an inmate that's getting out?
Actually, they came up with a program that I thought was neat. Like it's like actually forgot the name of it, where they'll send them there for like 6 months to get the feeling of the real world, get them back on their, what was it?
I can't even remember.
Right, it's right there on Markham or somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't even think of it.
But they still locked up?
Nah, they going to work. You go to work and everything. Like you still, you know what I'm saying, but you got to report back and
Damn,
stuff.
I forgot the name.
Like
of
they
that
give you
damn
6
thing.
months to see how you feel, get on the street. You don't remember that program?
The reentry. That's what it is.
What it is, yeah.
Reentry program.
Like they go to work and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
but,
I think they started, 2015,
think we're looking at-
16?
Yeah.
2016.
But
They won't let me go nothing like
I
that.
think like especially for like people that
Did
like,
a lot of time.
Yeah, like yourself, you know, you did all
Yeah.
that time. Like I think they should have had that then, you know, to get that feeling
Yeah.
instead of just jumping straight out.
But you got people that done sat down 30 years, you know, they come home, they don't know what's going on.
Hey, just being in there, and you know you got, you know what I'm saying, some of the most profound criminals, profound criminals in there. Did you think, do laughter still exist to you in there?
You said laughter?
Laughter, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, was it just always a serious place to you?
I laughed every day. Every day.
Hey, what I tell you know, my mama,
mean,
she watched the episode and she said she thought we kind of laughed too much and stuff like that.
Hey, like, y'all don't take nothing serious.
Listen,
Nah,
when we
like-
started in 2013, we used to love our job. We used to love going in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like you can
Hear
you got
everybody's
somebody like
stories.
yourself,
Yeah.
you know, this guy over here in the audience, you know, Sherwood and some more the older, you know, people,
Yeah.
you know, you enjoy going there chopping up with, you know, laughing. This everybody wanna know what's going on the outside here and then the inside, right.
The moment you get
right.
comfortable, that's when the bullshit comes.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, it's time for me to
But
go.
prison was a fun ass place,
Yeah.
man. Fun ass
Yeah.
place. You know, my
Like,
mama, you know.
Tell me about it. From
one
the
of the-
officers to the
man.
inmates. Man,
Yeah.
what?
You knew the inmates more than you knew your own family,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's where you spent all your
That's where you
time
spent
at.
your time.
And
12
you
hours.
you get off,
12
you know,
hours.
stress level so high, you want to eat, shower, go to sleep. Get up the next morning, do it again.
Man, my mama felt that one episode, she felt we laughed too much. Like, you know, prison is serious. You know, y'all, I just think y'all, mama, you ain't been there, man.
Right.
Man, some of the
Just
funniest
gotta-
stuff
yeah.
that movies can't even bring up. Then
Right.
you get so many
Adapt to your
different
environment.
personalities, man, and all of them together instead of clashing. You mentioned, man, that was a very funny place, man.
Yeah.
But check this out, y'all. We finna take a short commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Y'all remember Facebook. Well, we're back from a short commercial break, and thank you for being patient and tuning in with us. Make sure you like and share, and make sure you press that subscribe button, because there's no us without you. We have somebody from the audience that want to ask these officers a question. If you want to come up.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today?
You doing all right?
All right, so I thank you for coming out again, and Denario, thank you for inviting me. You guys definitely subscribe. Okay. But my question is this. So I actually have two. And I'm cherished by the way, so excuse me. But so have you ever, like, I know they used to have for the kids this scare straight program. These days you'll have a lot of teenagers or a lot of youngsters. They're copying off what they see. They're going off the music. They're going off, you know what I'm saying, what you see on YouTube. They're going off the games. It's a lot of things that influence a young person's mind. You know what I'm saying? They go off their peers or what they may see their parents or past people do. So since during the time that you've been there or you've worked there, have you ever had to encounter that? And if so, what was the results?
I want to say, well, kind of to a certain sense of it. I run into youth every day because I'm active in the community. I just try to tell them what's right and what's wrong. A lot of kids, well, young boys anyway, they don't have a father figure, so they looking up to the rappers or what they see on Facebook or social media. So I just try to tell them, like, hey, prison ain't where you want to go. You want to go get a job there, honestly.
I agree. It's a lot of monkey see, monkey do stuff going. That's all I used to say in the prison, monkey see, monkey do. But anyway, yeah, I run into a bunch of youth and talk with them, like I say. Try to be a little mentor to them and tell them that ain't the right place, the right route to go. And the music, I do agree with that. That is a big influence and peers and how they watching around. But yeah, I try to steer them in the right direction. Now it's up to them if they take the advice or
not. Can you bring up the screen so we can answer these questions up here? Sharon Graydon, which was the officer at Tucker, I guess she asking me, Cook, do you remember putting them folks to sleep? It scared the mess out of me. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things that go on in prison, a lot of people you hear about it, but you never see it, so a lot of you don't believe. So, I don't know, if you still on here, Ms. Graydon, what made me, did you ask to see this? But anyway, they ain't finna call a school call. What is that? She kept on saying, hurry up, wake them up, Cook, before the sergeant come. Anyway, I think they finna call school. I think we was talking. Me and Ms. Graydon and some of my guys, we was talking, and this guy come up, and he was real irritated, man. I'm talking about irritable. He what I'm saying, he was just, I guess, just interrupting with it. But I just, just grab him and just put him to sleep, man, and talking about, I'm put you to sleep quick, boy. I'm talking about 3 seconds. Within 3 seconds, you gone. And I don't know. Something about that dude, he just won't wake up, man. He just won't wake up. He said,
You got wrote up for that?
Oh, no, that's an officer right there watching me do it.
Oh, okay.
Shit, dog, what a man. Anyway, somebody say, does the warden say anything about the things he or she see on camera that is if you're doing a good job? Do they give y'all affirmation? I guess that's what they asking.
Nah, because they really want you to do more than what you doing.
So you ain't never doing enough?
Never.
Hey, for real.
Why you ain't writing this person up? Oh, he got an extra pair of socks, man. You got to write him a disciplinary.
Right.
So they done told y'all to write herself for some socks.
Oh, yeah. Socks,
Right.
underwear,
Shirts.
extra towel.
You better have no hanging on that rig, boy.
He don't supposed to have icy white. He's supposed to have the dingy white. All that.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but why would they want us rolled up like that?
Man,
There's not enough people in the hole?
They want inmates to stand though. That's $1 billion business.
Yeah.
You'll tax right off at the end of the year.
Exactly.
I'm saying, even though they tell y'all to do all that stuff, you got a question?
Hi, my name is Charity. I just have two questions actually. The first question I have to ask is, by y'all being officers, do y'all feel like the programs that are in the prison are helping the prisoners?
They don't have no programs in Arkansas, to me.
To help?
Nah.
Because, I want to say
It's
that
just to
too.
give them something to do while they're in prison.
And
And once they get out, they lost.
It's not just that too, because they'll make you, they stipulate these programs, it's just to look good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
stuff
You
shit
gotta
don't
do
help
this to get out.
That drug, what's that, 14, the program barracks?
Oh, yeah, the program.
That's pointless.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
What was
because
that?
Anger
that?
management, all that.
What's the name of Sherwood? What's the name of TC.
TC,
Yeah.
all that's pointless because
SAT.
you can teach them all day, you know, do drugs. They gonna leave the bed, smoke a cigarette. They gonna leave the bed, go smoke K2, whatever, you know, drugs they got. They gonna go do it anyway. So I don't think it helped. It's like for sure to me.
What about the second chance program that they have for like education wise? Do you think they help any?
Oh yeah, that's a big help. Now I've been that shorter college and all that stuff. Now that is a good program for them. I'm glad that they came out with it because it was a lot of them guys that actually wanted to go back and, you know, get their education and, you know, do them college courses and stuff like that. They wanted to have something to fall on when they get out. Now I ain't gonna say all of them, but it do help. That's a big help compared to the little programs that they do have in there. So that they do have. So.
Did you do any college courses?
Man, look, when I first was eligible to take it, shit no. Cause look, when I was young in the prison, I fit the criteria age-wise, but I had too much time though. So by the time I make it to work, my time's short enough. I'm too old now.
Right.
I'm too old. So
you have any idea like what kind of courses they was taking? Cause I never was in the very well.
During the time when they taking college courses, you know what I'm saying, you really could, you know what I'm saying, it was offering basic stuff, but I can't really just answer that because
they was getting in the mail then, right? Like that's
but you still had some type of schools that'll come up there, you know, and kind of teach you and stuff.
But once the inmates finished with that, was they able to get jobs in those fields though?
Hell no. It's just like me going to school
right
right
now.
now.
Talking about the one to get the GED.
No, hell no.
The college course.
The college course.
Yeah. So that's kind of pointless. I think they should like implicate some kind of trade.
You know, once you felon anyway, certain jobs that you just can't have. Period. It's just like I can go to school all day long. I'll never be able to be a doctor.
Right.
Even though that's what I done studied and all that.
My guy over here learned welding in the prison, and look what he doing. Got out and took off with it. You know, doing good, making good money.
Yeah. I just had one more question. As you being a female officer in there, I know when I was in college and we had to go on a field trip there, and so when you're on the field trip, we had saw the masturbation room they showed us. So as a female, how many male had you ran into somebody just masturbating, and how did you feel?
Jacking on the dope.
Yeah, I ran into, out of my whole 7 years that I caught, it was 2. That's why I say my write-ups come from right there. You know what I'm saying? That jacking off, I don't play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was working as the coach, last position as the coach, and a guy in the gym sitting on the stairs, you know what I'm saying? You know, doing his thing. So I had to get him, you know. But as far as, you know, I just say, you know, it's mind-boggling, it is. But at the same time, you know, you got to look at what you signed up for, what you came to work for, too, at the same time. But just don't put up with it. Go in there, put your foot down, and you'll be all right. Now, if you just going in there to play with them, play back with them, that's on you. So, hey.
Man, you say, all right, man, check this out. You know, I ain't never had a jack off and shit like that, but you sitting here.
Shit.
Hey, shit. What? It's the reason why I was born. Hey, I was born from units. Shit, it's the reason why I was born.
I know, you had the alpha.
Shit, hey. Man, hey, but then I'm saying, like, you sitting there and you got dudes jacking off. Do that. What do that do to you psychologically that a dude jacking off on you? He ain't touching you. He ain't finna skeet on your pants.
He might.
I mean, if he get close.
He might.
Mail call. I see a lot of women get skeeted on, man. They passing out mail and shit.
It's just crazy because we got on full uniform. And, like, what is you getting out of it? What is you doing? Like, what turns you on about that? Like, you got a whole uniform on. And you jacking off. Come on now.
That'll make you feel like feel like, dang, I'm desired or I'm fan.
That didn't faze me. You know what fazed me, but that never fazed me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but nah.
Well, I mean, why not let the dude finish, man? You know, go on handle your business, man.
Ain't no finish nothing. Ain't no finish nothing. I ain't gonna let you finish. What if I catch you, it's over.
What if you chilling and shit, you probably been in a situation like this, you talking to somebody, you talking to an inmate, she over there standing outside, you probably on 9 or 10, she over there on 7 or 8 standing outside, and dude over here jacking off on the outside, and you see dude, would you stop that? Would you let her know? Or whatever?
I stopped it. Well, I knew her, you know what I'm saying, so I like, man, that's my home girl, you know, chill out.
You a damn hater, man. He the damn hater. The
Whatever,
damn,
man.
in
You know?
the sexual charge, that was the tens in the category. So, 10-3, decent exposure and stuff like that. So we call it the damn. Little damn hater, man.
I wouldn't know the charge numbers. I never had to write nobody else, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So not even there. When we training people, we got trainers with us. You know what I'm saying? Boy, they be like, man, you block and get paid.
Yeah,
Nah, y'all ain't
That's why I
finna do
was
that. Come
hating.
on now. You swear
They
you
said I
hate,
was
you a
fucking
hater,
out
you
of
block.
female
Come on now.
They tell you what?
They said I was fucking out of female
Yeah.
officers. Them motherfuckers hated me, goddamn.
Shit, prison ain't over the whole house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was shit.
Definitely.
A lot of the females, though, they want an inmate.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like you was in one of them hating positions where, like, it's a girl you want that worked there, but damn, this nigga locked up and
Hell
get her?
nah. Shit, nah.
I was coming through, boy. I was coming through with them icy white tile around my
Hell,
neck,
I
boy.
was trying to
Way
put
to the
females
side.
on these niggas.
See, I appreciate you.
They ain't want you though, bro. I'm sorry.
Man.
Shoot, I can't tell now.
They said the narrow was too quiet.
I mean, shit.
The narrow minded his own business.
Man, I'm telling you.
Okay, so I have another question. One came from one of my Facebook viewers. So, religion plays a huge part, you know what I'm saying, definitely with due to manipulation and, or just trying to find out who you really are. Because sometimes, people go in, like you said, we all make mistakes and everything, but sometimes they come with severe consequences, depending on who you with, your association, what's going on, what you see around your surroundings. So the question was, in prison, just like they do out here, but when they're in prison, because a lot is based on one religion, Muslim religion, a lot of that. And so it's is it more of a brainwash when they, go in and come out? Because they're not, some people don't do the same thing. They may practice that in there, you know what I'm saying? But usually do they just use it as a front? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them do.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, when you answer that, you probably think about Three Birds, ain't you?
Hey,
See,
a
I think
lot.
that was the way Three
Yeah.
Birds,
Yeah,
at
that was-
that
They
particular
had to do
unit,
that. Yeah, that
it was the way you can have, you had from your charge, you had from
Right.
the regular inmates and stuff, that's Three Birds. But at the same time, well, I'm going to let y'all answer that real quick,
That's
though.
PC, really.
Right.
it
for
definitely was
real. So,
PC.
yeah. Like you were saying, like working in Three Bears, it's a religion's barracks or whatnot, To me, it's like a cover up, to get out that population from your charge, being out of the population. So they scared, so they'll go sign up for that program and get in there. But yeah, a lot of it be a big front, because they still, at the end of the day, the crazy thing was to me, they showing little kids movies in there, to them, like, that bothered me. I'm not gonna lie, cause I got a child, so like, you in this program, but y'all be so happy to see these little kids movies instead of the adult movies. So I never understood that, like, what was the point of that program? It was a front, they was running.
Somebody just come in and on there, hey, Officer Smith, how much money did you make working in prison? Hold on, somebody asked you, man, how much money you working in prison, working in prison? And I don't think he talking about your chick, how much you get paid out, man.
How much I got paid out?
No, he ain't talking about, I don't think he talking about that, man.
I ain't make no money, no, man.
He say he ain't make no money, man.
Everything was free. Regulator, that's who that is.
Yeah, that regulator.
Everything was free.
Yeah, that regulator. Oh, somebody just come in about me buying officer some Chico Sticks and some ice cream and stuff. And somebody come in that they don't like inmates that do that. Somebody say, you bought the inmate something? Officer something? I hate shit like that. He say he hate inmates that do shit like that.
What about officer?
Well, the higher up, they feed the higher up, so what's the difference?
Hold up.
Right.
I'm looking at this camera and tell this nigga, nigga, I bet you ain't no Benny Hunters. I bet you ain't no sharks. I bet you ain't no red lobster, shrimp. I mean, how you think you gonna get stuff like that in? You want to be shacking with your pops and chips and shit. Hey, how you think we gonna eat chicken and stuff? You lost your man.
That's an inmate. That's an inmate talking.
Yeah.
He'll talk Mac.
Yeah, that's what it is, ain't it?
Yeah. He'll talk Mac.
Man. Yo, no. Why not wasn't no police? You was the police. I mean, we ain't gonna say y'all police, but that's what we call y'all. Man. Yeah. Man, crazy, man. Did y'all ever bring inmates food, though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I ain't never bring no food. I ate the inmates food.
I mean,
Look, I brought food. But when I brought it, what I had left over, I'm gonna sit it right there now. It's up to them to take it. I don't know. I don't know.
Man, you gonna eat hey, that bone ain't empty right there. You gonna eat that?
Wash his bowl out,
Shit's up.
Throw that away for me.
Yeah. And I mean, check it out. This question here. Could you honestly say that you've met people in prison that were significant in your growth? Not just working there, but an inmate that was significant in your growth as the person you are now, identity-wise.
Yeah, I had a lot of inmates. They were just watching how I was maneuvering through there, and they used to try to, like, pull me to the side. Because, they did a lot of time already. And they're like, man, look, you keep doing this, there's going to be the consequences behind it. Me being who I am, I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. You've been locked up. But at the same time, like, I took it with a grain of salt. Like, hey, he really telling me some real shit, so let me chill out.
Right.
And I still talk to him to this day,
Yeah. What do you think about that, Neto?
Yeah, I had some, like you said, older, because no youngers can't teach you nothing. But anyway, you can't learn from them.
Why you feel you can't learn from them?
Because they on, like, the generation now, like, before I left, they on a whole different level than what y'all were on.
Yeah.
Like, they still want to be that thug. They still want to, they don't want to listen. They still want to be out there. They still got to front the show to their homeboys. You know what I'm saying? They got a point to prove. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all was different. Y'all was more leveled up than, this generation that's there now. But I have learned, his couple of them talked to me about, look, certain situations, I had a, sometimes, some of them pull you over like, now, you ain't have to talk to him like that, try to, I'm no different.
De-escalate certain situations.
Right.
Yeah. Well, check it out. How did you, this is a deep question here, because you say y'all both admit and that being locked, working there is the same as being, the equivalent of being locked up. How did you maintain your mental health while being in such an oppressive place?
I didn't. That's why I left. Honestly, I had to quit.
You quit before you get fired, nigga.
Kinda, sorta.
Man. But at the same time, how did you maintain your mental health though?
I did.
So you felt yourself like changing?
Yeah, I knew I was
How
changing.
was you changing psychologically then?
Man, look, I had just had a baby. I didn't want to do nothing with my kid, my old lady, nothing. I didn't want to talk to her. And when I talked to regular people, it was stories about the penitentiary.
Right.
So I was like my mama, she was telling me, she was like, the penitentiary really fucked you up. Like, she talking to me like I'm an inmate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like.
But ain't she still there?
Nah.
How long she did?
She worked for Arkansas Department of Corrections, 18 years.
And I know
but she never was a guard.
Yeah, I'm finna say, I know she didn't just that direct
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do you think it affected your, what did you do to maintain your mental health in an oppressive place like that?
I didn't know it was that bad until like this last 2 years. Like, even when we outside of the prison, still saying that you can't even let that go. Like, even outside of the prison, we'll like go out. We supposed to be enjoying ourselves. We find ourselves talking about prison.
Right.
Every conversation is prison. It's like you can't run from it or something. Like, still to this day, it's still conversation about prison stories and all that stuff. So it's like I be trying to deal with it this is the best way possible, but as far I don't know, it just messed up a little bit.
Can you write that down some so we can Danielle Hooks White, hey De Niro, hey Sherwood. Sherwood, somebody speaking. Regulated to my honey pop having that De Niro. Shit, you sure wanted to pop though. Every day you got to pop them say, boy, I was not a police. That meant they took everything too seriously. Like Officer McKinney wrote everybody up for everything. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let a lot of people pass with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like Vince, that's a lot of people's life. A wreck, just a wreck they sleep on, that's your house. That's your world. So, to come in there and alter that, take this person's t-shirt, knowing his mama that put, the money on his books are bad. Have y'all seen any altercations seen from that, or dealing with other officers that have tried to take the pettiest thing from an inmate?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. There was a couple inmates, they were plotting to get this one officer.
What he do? What the officer do?
Hell, writing them up for any little thing. anything.
Yeah. I mean, that you know, that
Which that's his job, but at the same time, like, man, look, you work here, they live here.
Yeah.
Like, people that you writing up, I was like, they ain't even going home. And he was like, that's why I'm writing them up. I said, well, why would you make that time harder, you know? But he didn't care.
Yeah.
He wanted to run the penitentiary, really.
Yeah.
Hey, right now, if y'all can look into this camera and you know, well, y'all know what's going on. Y'all firsthand, y'all out here, y'all know what's going on in the world out here, especially with the violence now, with these guys being so reckless. If you can look in that camera right now, knowing where you done came from, knowing that you sitting next to inmates that literally have made a change, and you done seen inmates in there that you feel that, nah, nigga, you should never go home, because certain people that change just ain't in them yet.
Right.
But if you can look in that camera right now and tell anybody out here, kids, female, male, whatever, anything from your experience from working there, being around inmates, anything to deter them from the path they going down and being in a place that you know you work there, what would you tell them right now?
Well, yeah, everybody know we gotta die, but don't die in penitentiary.
I'm talking about,
That's the only two options you got, penitentiary or the graveyard.
I'm saying, but if you can deter them from going to prison, if you can
Don't
give them some type
go,
of event.
live.
Stay out the way. Stay out the way.
Go
like,
get a job, do something constructive
Right.
with your time.
Yeah. And what would you tell them?
I tell them to stay out the way. Like, watch who, you know, change up your little settings, your little crew or whatnot, and hey, get a job.
If like for instance, you tell a person get a job and things like that, like look in prison. Most black people, I'm gonna tell you something, it's gonna hit you like, dang, you're right. But most black people in prison, we work in laundry or the kitchen. The white people work maintenance and construction and jobs like that.
Yeah.
Simply because they got the skill set. When you go to classification, they ask you what did you do in the streets. When they try to give you a job similar to what you did out here, your expertise. But most black people go to prison, we don't know nothing. That's why when you come to laundry and stuff, shoot, I had mastered that sewing machine and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like he mastered the weld, and I mean, just so much stuff I wanted to learn, because I remember back in the days that, you know, I had asked myself, if I was to have a child at that time, what besides sports could I teach him? And the answer was nothing. So I made it my duty to literally learn as much as I possibly could throughout my duration of prison. But, you know, we don't really know anything, you know what I'm saying? And so I just say that, you know, even if the parents don't know things, don't limit your child for attaining some type of a skill set just because you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Put them in courses and things like that and drop your pride. If you know it costs to put your child in this, seek help with it. You know, there's people out here. But I like to thank these ex-officers, I was going to say officers, for D2, you know, Nettie over here, you know what I'm saying, for coming and being a part of this show and getting us some wonderful feedback on their experience from working in prison. And y'all make sure y'all go on YouTube, press that subscribe button on the De Niro Cook or Prison Chronicles TV. Press that subscribe button and make sure you share the link, because there's no us without you. And then again, if y'all know anybody that want to be on the show. Also, I want to do a segment, my next show, I want to do a segment like this. Somebody asked me the other day when I was at work, somebody put up on me and asked me, will I do a segment on women that go with inmates that's in prison. So if you out here and you know anybody, and if that's you, and you involved with an inmate that's in there, and you riding, you know, doing the time with them, you want to be on the show, hit me up at 501-551-8489. And remember, like and share, because there's no us without you. And thank y'all.